Hello. I think I'm working fine now. I hope. Let me take a look. Is the game? Oh, Jesus Christ! It's so fucking loud on my ears. Okay. Okay. I think it's working good. Is it working good? Hello. Yay! It's working good. Hi. Hello, everyone. Oh my God, my bitrate is so high. It's been so long since I used OBS that I think I had to like update, and I think some of my settings might have been lost. Hopefully, not too many of like the important ones. My bitrate is higher than usual. Hopefully that's not a problem. But hello. Welcome to this channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Leopold Morpho. I stream, supposedly I'm a streamer, but I stream like once a year at this point, so. But yeah, hello. Thank you all to everyone who's been waiting for me to like do another stream and stuff. Thank you very much for waiting. It's been a moment, and I'll get into that. But let's talk about the game first. Today I'm gonna play Sonic Advance 2, because I like playing the first one, and they're pretty short, so I think I have enough time to like talk about everything and finish the game, so that should be fine, I hope. But yeah, hello. How's it going? Let's play. I'm not gonna be doing like a regular like from the beginning playthrough. This is not my save. This is a save I got from the internet. My actual save is on my 3DS at current. Don't tell anyone about that. I do have this game like actually physically. It's one of the Game Boy Advance games that I actually own, but I don't have a working DS Lite or Game Boy Advance, so it's just on my 3DS. But I could not transfer the save for the life of me, but it's basically the same thing as this anyway, so what we're gonna do is that since I already have everything unlocked in this, obviously we're just gonna like play the first few levels with like, I'm gonna just switch every time I get to like a different zone to another character, and then like past this fifth one we're just gonna pick one and stick with them, I guess, just so I can actually like show the characters just for fun, because the animations in this game are really nice. But yeah, why is my chat box not working? Is it turned off? Oh, it is. My bad. My chat box was turned off, but now it's turned on. So now I hope the messages show up. But yeah, let's just start here. I've played this game many times. I hope the volume is fine. Yeah, now it's showing up. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, how have you guys been this time? This time that's passed? If you've been on like my Discord, you're probably kind of aware of what happened. Because I briefly talked about it there. Granted, I just don't really talk about like my life events a lot, but genuinely like this, I just felt like this was like important that you mention. I'm not dead, in case you haven't noticed. I didn't die and then just like abandon the channel. I don't plan on abandoning the channel. It's just that life really took a very unfortunate turn for me recently, and I'm gonna be very like open and honest, or at least as much as I can be. Because that's kind of the point of an update to stream, I guess. It would be a pretty bad update stream if I just said, oh, I'm good. Just haven't been streaming because, you know, and then I just leave it at that. Trapping old men online for money. Let them go. They don't deserve to be trapped on the internet. They have like, what if they have like dogs to feed or something? But yeah, let's see. Where do I start? You could probably notice, like, from, you know, my streaming content, I guess, that I was kind of slowing down for a while there, for a few months. And I mean, yeah, that's true. And yeah, I'm not going to be coming back immediately after this stream. To anyone who thought this would be like my grand comeback, I'm sorry to say that not quite yet, but I will explain the why for that. But yeah, I've been slowing down. I was dealing with a few issues in real life, and unfortunately for me, those issues kind of took a pretty bad toll on me, and I got to the point where, like, I actually had to, you know, stop, go to like a doctor to talk about that kind of stuff, which I did. And not to get into like way too much detail because I still feel kind of uncomfortable, but the general gist of it is that I had to like change my medication that I take. I take medication for some stuff. One of them is for insomnia, because I've already complained about that, so that's probably not a surprise. And yeah, I just had to swap that, and since it's like, you know, controlled medication that I take, you know, pretty much every day. I say pretty much, it is every day. It's something that it kind of takes a toll on your body to like stop using one and to start using another. So, you know, at that point I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to, you know, I went on the Discord. I just feel more comfortable there. And I was like, look, I can't stream for a while. I'm under like new meds. It just takes a while for the body to adapt to them, and it did. The first couple of days especially were like miserable. I could not fucking sleep at all. I hated it, but I've gotten used to them for the most part. I still get very dizzy on a few mornings. I'm not like 100% with them yet. I get very dizzy on some mornings. But for the most part, they appear to be working fine. But that was like my reason that I gave on the Discord, and that was part of the reason. That was like the main part. But there's also been like a lot of other stuff. I've been having to travel a lot and to deal with a lot of like documentation stuff because of like work and because of just my life in general. And it's fine, like, I probably won't have to do it too many more times. I'm gonna change characters now. I probably won't have to do it too many more times. Cause, you know, most of the things are already arranged. Hopefully, only like 2 or 3 more times at most, but that also didn't help things. It was very tiresome. Many days I was waking up at like 3 a.m. to get ready to leave, and, you know, just generally like travel and get a bunch of documents. And if you're going to another country, you also need to get this, and if you're going to do this other thing, you also need to get that. And it's painful, kind of. I feel very tired. It's not all bad. I got a new controller for my computer, so that's good. I'm still using like my jackpot winning cheap Android controller, but I did get a new one, and that's good. But yeah, it's been quite tiresome, as you might imagine. Me and Void just, at some points we were just standing in line for some things for like Oops. We were just standing in line for some things for like genuinely some 10 or 12 hours. From like first thing in the morning until like the middle of the afternoon. We're like surviving on like cereal bars. I would be lying if I didn't say it wasn't at least a little fun. I did do a lot of reading in the meantime, but it's been exhausting. But thankfully, it's mostly done. It was just a very hectic month, the month of September for me. International Gato. Kind of. I mean, I think, you know, most people probably know, or if they don't know, it's something I'm kind of open about. I do live in Brazil. Brazil does border a lot of countries, so it's not that big of a deal, you know. I didn't go to like you know, Europe or something. I'm pretty sure I'm banned there because of like the child safety laws and stuff. Oh yeah, that's something that happened, right? Did I talk about that? Did I even get to be able to talk about that on stream? That's something that occurred. Don't know how that's going right now, but I hope better. But yeah, there was also that. There was also like my documented fiestas that were not very fun, but I did that for the most part. It's mostly done, is what I mean to say. And yeah, that was like one of the other things that I've been doing a lot. Oh, for fuck's sake. But oh god, how do I get back there? Pern B still not available in France. That's very unfortunate, and I hope from the bottom of my heart that it returns soon, because I do not believe that. I mean, I think it should be pretty obvious my stance on the whole situation, but you know, I think people should be able to enjoy what they want, in case it wasn't obvious. So yeah, that's like a whole other thing. I could probably dedicate like at least 30 minutes to talk about that whole situation, and it's honestly kind of scary. I'm not too worried about it becoming like some new status quo that the entire world adheres to, but the idea that that could even happen to begin with is kind of terrifying. So I've been kind of trying to intentionally keep myself away from that during my you know, medication adjustment periods, because you don't really need that kind of negativity in your life in periods like that, you know. But yeah, that's a very unfortunate series of events that took place, and I hope that the people that are affected do speak up, and I hope that those that are in charge actually listen. It's so easy to play as Cream. You can just do this, and then you get hit, but it doesn't matter, because yeah, you just send your child to fight for you. It makes the boss rush very easy. But yeah, aside from that, other things, obviously, you know, the fact that I had to change, you know, all of my medications and stuff probably means that I wasn't doing very okay in the head. And I really kind of was not. A lot of stuff happened between, like, not between me and Void, thankfully. He remains as great as ever. But a lot of stuff happened between me and, like, a person. And just in general, you know, I was not really in my best state of mind for a while there, so I'm still honestly kind of trying to recover from that and figure some things out from that. I didn't see the cute animation. It's hard. It's kind of hard. It's difficult for you to acknowledge that I mean, at least it is for me. Maybe it's not for everyone, but it's a little difficult for me to acknowledge in the first place that, you know, I need help and I need to change and the stuff. But it's hard trying to become a better person, you know. And it's not all bad. It's been kind of refreshing to look at things in a different way, but it's also kind of very mentally draining, and there's still like some things that I haven't fully addressed that I would like to get some type of closure in. And I also needed to like just accept the fact that not everything is gonna have like neat closure to it, but at the same time it's like I'm still like a stubborn kind of person. I still want to see things how do I put this? I still wanted to see things have like, whether it's a positive or a negative closure, to just have that closure, you know, so that I can move on. It's kind of hard. One of the things that I have been working on myself about, which is kind of hard that you know if you're doing it right, because there's not like a guidebook or something. I'm like I'm a very like a weird theoretical kind of person. I don't have a whole lot of practical knowledge on a lot of things. So it's kind of difficult for me to just say I wanted to improve and just to do it from that alone. But I'm trying to keep like an open mind about the things and listen to what other people have to say as well. And hopefully that helps me get somewhere. But one of the things that I would really like to improve about myself, that I have actually been somewhat actively working on in my head, is I wanted to like actually enjoy the stuff that I make. And I'm not just talking like my streams and the stuff, although I do still feel quite self-conscious about them. For the most part, I enjoy doing them. You know, it's something that I enjoy. It's something I have fun with, so I don't think too hard about it. But I would really like to be able to enjoy my art. It's, you know, like I can draw something and other people can like it, but it's really difficult for me to look at the things that I make and actually appreciate them. And I don't want it to feel like that. I feel like it makes me feeling, it leaves me feeling very unaccomplished. And I don't want to feel like that. I wanted to be able to look at something that I made by myself and be like, I like this, I enjoyed this, and I thought I died for a moment. And, you know, to just accept like help and advice, and accept that, you know, it's okay to also look into references or copy some things. That one is kind of difficult for me to still wrap my head around. I know it's a normal part of life. I know that, you know, there's only so many poses in the world. I know that there's only so many ideas in the world, but it's still so difficult for me to like look at something that someone has done and be like, I'd like to do something like that, and not to just feel like I'm just copying that person. But just in general, I wanted to just enjoy the things I make more. I am very hard on myself a lot of the time for no reason. And it very much reached like a point where it kind of broke me. So I wanted to get better in that regard, and I'm working towards that. And I don't really know if it's going well or not, but I guess I'll figure it out at some point. Again, there's no like real guidelines to this kind of stuff, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh, I'm doing it well, I'm doing it wrong. But if it feels right, that's like the most I can really get behind, right? Like that's the most I can really take out of it. Like this thing feels right, the way I'm doing it feels right, so I'll try to accept that and then see where that goes. But Yeah, it's been a lot of that kind of stuff for me recently. It's been a lot of like staring at the ceiling, laying in bed kind of moments. It just kind of makes it sound like I haven't been doing anything. In some ways, I guess I haven't. But yeah, I'm doing my best. Big Dragon taking care of you. He's always taking care of me. I'm very thankful for that. Honestly, I feel like I almost feel like I kind of ask too much sometimes of him, but at the same time he says it's fine. And I wanted to accept that. So I'm doing my best in that as well, but yeah, it's been strange. It hasn't been terrible or anything. I'm definitely getting better. I'm definitely on like a better path than I was before, I think. But it's still like it's still weird. It's still confusing to me. And it's kind of funny that it is like that. Like at this point, I thought, you know, that these types of discoveries and understandings of yourself were like supposed to come in like adolescence or something, but I guess they just kind of happen all throughout life. Which I guess makes sense. You know, we're always growing and changing. We're never the same person for very long, but it is also like annoying, you know, because it gets in the way of the things you want to do. But I do believe that I'm getting better. As far as like, oh, you know, why, you know, like, why did you say before that you're not coming back to streaming more regularly yet? Is it because like you still need more time? And perhaps in some ways I do. But specifically why I did this stream today and oh Jesus, hold on, I'm trying to pay attention so I don't die. Specifically why I did this stream today and why I wanted to have like an update video out even though I don't feel like I'm completely ready yet is actually because I'm getting my other 2 wisdom teeth removed. Because if you remember the last time I played the Sonic Advance 1, I was getting 2 of them removed, and I'm getting the other 2 removed. Hello, hello. I'm getting the other 2 removed tomorrow, actually, so I won't be able to really speak for a while. At least I should not. Dang nabbit. I should not, you know, so that my mouth doesn't bleed much or anything. So yeah, I just kind of had to do this thing today because tomorrow I'm just not gonna be very talkative. I'm not really looking forward to it, not because it like hurts or anything. I didn't feel anything last time. I just don't want that you have to go back to eating soup. Nothing but the soup for like 2 weeks or something. But it'd be like that. I thought this tooth thing would be over by now. My teeth don't really hurt anymore, but not as much. I'm not gonna say they don't hurt at all, but they're fine. I can eat things. But I still need to remove like the other 2 wisdom teeth, because, you know, removing all 4 at once is probably not something you wanted to do, because you would not be able to chew with either side of your mouth. So I'm getting the other 2 removed tomorrow. And yeah, at least after that I won't have to worry about that anymore at all. Unless the doctor wants to pull out some of my regular teeth. I hope he does. But that's gonna be the end of that. I am not exactly looking forward to just sitting in front of the computer and feeling dizzy again, so I'm definitely gonna have to talk to him and be like, hey doc, don't give me the same medication you did last time. That one almost killed me, because it really kind of did. It was awful. It made me feel awful. I was dizzy and like fucking hiccuping non-stop. But hopefully after that, that'll be that with the teeth to complain about. I hope. I'm not making any promises, but I hope that'll be it. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe I could do some Discord stream where I don't talk. I don't know if I will. I could. I kind of am thinking about like drawing. I'm finally gonna have some time where I'm gonna be at home and not doing things on the street all the time or traveling. So I wanted to like do a bit of drawing. I wanted to play around with some ideas that I had. You guys can ask if you're... I'm not gonna say on here because some of that stuff is definitely not YouTube safe, but you guys can ask if you want to see like the stuff I've been doing. I have a bunch of sketches that it takes me a long time to finish, and I don't know why. Part of me is like, oh, I don't want to show anyone anything because it would ruin like the fun when I release it in full or something, because it takes me so long to actually do that. I might as well. So if you guys want to see like something, maybe I'm doing like I'm doing something on Discord, I'm just hanging out, and you guys want to see some of the stuff I've been working on, I could probably show you. That would also help me build up my confidence a bit. This is like the Morpho stream where he talks about things that he doesn't want to talk about about himself. There's some things I don't want to acknowledge about myself. Okay, it's not. It's just, it's one of those things, you know. Sometimes it's difficult for you to be honest with yourself. But that's part of the situation. Like, I am very insecure as a person in real life in many ways, and that kind of bleeds into like my drawings and the stuff, and I don't want to be. First and foremost, I wanted to enjoy them, but beyond that, I also wanted to be able to share them without feeling weird about it. So I guess that could help. I don't really know. Some people, you know, say that you can't really force someone to, you know, not be nervous about like, you know, not get stage fright or something. Some people say that the only way that you can get better at that kind of stuff is by doing it. I don't really know. I'll just kind of wing it and hope that something works out. But yeah, I imagine that would also help. I still think that my biggest focus is definitely on me enjoying them, on me looking at them and being like, no, this is good. Stop judging yourself. This looks nice. This feels nice. This has like, oops, sorry. This has nice colors. I don't know why I talk with my hands so much, considering my character on the screen does not move his. It's not a 3D. But yeah, I guess I could open up about that kind of stuff more too. I mean, I imagine that most of the people that like watch these streams, and especially the ones that are like on the Discord, also enjoy artwork and this stuff. So it's something, at least, that, you know, I'm putting out there, that, you know, it's not a stream, but it's like, hey, there's something to, you know, there's something to look at. I guess that's a positive, right? But basically, I've been a bit of a mess, and I'm getting better from that mess, but not entirely, and these things take time, and that with like trying to better yourself as a person and external factors, because there has been some like family stuff. Again, it's not related to the big dragon. But there has been like some family stuff that's been happening that is not urgent, but it's kind of those things that like you kind of have to prepare if it happens, because some things are gonna change if they do take place. And yeah, it's just been a lot that you think about, and I kind of miss not having to. But at the same time, that's kind of what I did with like the wisdom teeth and the medication thing and the traveling thing. That was like my resolve for this kind of stuff. It was just me saying, I'm just gonna get rid of all of like the annoying stuff, of all of like the unfun, the stinky stuff that I don't like. I'm just gonna do everything like as fast as I can, so that I can actually like rest after it's all done. So, you know, oh, I'm gonna change the medication, I'm gonna look for ways to improve myself, I'm gonna deal with like you know, closure or lack thereof involving certain things, and I'm gonna remove my wisdom teeth, the ones that are left, and just do all of that at once, so that when you're done, you're actually done. You don't have to be like, oh, I finished with this thing, but I have to do that now. Like, no. I hope that the only thing I really have to worry about until like Christmas is like, aside from having to travel like once or twice more, which might have to happen, the only thing I wanted to worry about by then is like, what am I going to prepare for like the Christmas feast this year? Like, what could I make this year that is not the same thing that I made last year, you know? So I'm just getting everything out of the way. I just, you know, pull through all of the annoyance and then emerge on the other side, and then you can just rest. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I hope that was the right choice. I mean, I feel like I'm almost at the end now. If I were to be overwhelmed by everything I decided to take in, it would be earlier. At this point, I'm probably fine. So yeah, I'm not overly worried about that. It's probably okay. Oop. That was a fail right there. It's probably okay. But yeah, I have not died. I have not like gotten hit by a car and I'm in the hospital or something. I'm still alive. Occasionally I work on art and I get really excited and then I get really frustrated. So you know, basically art processes as a whole. Wow, I just died. Art is like that, right? But yeah, sometimes I get really excited about something. I'm like, oh, I can't wait that you show people this thing. And I'm like, oh, but I don't like it. And then I'm like, would other people even like it or something? And it's not done. I better just wait until it's done or that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm a big potato. Okay. I know that I look and the sound super cool and, you know, admirable, and everyone wants to be like me, but I'm still just a dude that just has, like, questions and doubts and stuff. And it's something I don't like talking about, especially on the channel, but I'm trying to be more honest with myself, and I cannot think of, like, a better way to be honest with yourself than talking about it to others, I guess. And it's not like I'm trying to evoke pity or something. I really hate being pitied, as a matter of fact. Whether it's by myself or by other people, I don't like feeling sorry for myself or having other people feel sorry for myself, so please don't. But like, I'm just like being honest. I wanted to improve, and it just takes time. But you know, I wanted to go back to playing games. I want to go back to having fun on here, and you know, doing other stuff, making some of those wacky one-off streams, like that time I opened the Pokemon cards or the Smasher passes are also fun. I miss doing that stuff, and I missed interacting with people as well. I've genuinely just been like kind of taking care of myself and preparing so that I would actually be ready to return, and not tell myself that I'm ready and then I return and then I'm not ready and then I have to leave again. Because that doesn't feel good for anyone involved. Oh god. But yeah, it'd be like that. I love art to do it. It's fun seeing the process. I mean, I guess it is. I guess you could say it is. Like, I guess. I guess to satiate the curiosity, it is kind of fun, but ah, come on. But at the same time, like, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but the surprise takes so long that it's kind of like, you know, I don't want to to cut the birthday cake before we sing happy birthday, but singing happy birthday takes so long that by the time people actually sang it, the cake is already like melted. You know? Does that make any sense? Do my analogies make sense? Did you miss my insanity of analogies? I did. And yeah, that's been my life recently, and we're getting through it one step at a time. That's the hard part right there, is it's not pushing yourself to do a lot of things at once. You know, kind of want everything to be done at once, but it isn't like that. You know, I just have to accept that. But beyond that, like, I've just been playing .hack a lot. I played .hack on Discord. I played .hack Infection on Discord for a bit. That I definitely did not forget to upload to my archive channel for the Discord streams. I definitely didn't forget to do that. Although that stream did end up being kind of long, so I might have to split it into multiple parts. But I will do that at some point. Don't worry, it's still on my computer. But I got really obsessed with it, and currently I'm at like the like, yeah, mock me for dying. I'm at the post game of the last game, and that's gonna take a bit because I wanted to like complete the item collection side quest, and the final dungeon takes a pretty long time to get through. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing, and reading a lot of the novels and the stuff. I actually found a new bookstore recently, and that they had like a bunch of really like I'm not gonna say like rare, but they had like a lot of like manga and novels and the stuff that I was not expecting them to have, because it's not really like just like the mainstream, you know, whatever most popular shonen anime is, or manga, that typically is what you kind of have to deal with around here. You just kind of have to accept that they're not going to have anything beyond the what do you call it? That they're not going to have anything beyond the like the very popular stuff at the time. So I was very surprised to see some of that stuff there. So that was exciting, and I've been reading a lot of the novels and the stuff, and I still love the way that they I don't love that turn. I still really love the way that they characterize the characters in those. They're so good. But I can gush about that like another time. Maybe when I'm actually playing like something related, I can talk about my obsession with this series. But it's been fun, honestly. It's been a lot of fun. Hello. Normie stuff, question mark? I didn't want to put it like that. It sounds so pejorative. It's more like, you know, I guess you could say that, but at the same time, not in the sense that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, they had like B stars, I think. That's... Could you consider that normie? There's a lot of people that watch it and read it. So does that count, or is it like too niche? I never read it myself, but you know, I know some things about it. I know something about the main character is like vegan or something, even though he's supposed to be like a carnivore, and there's like sexual tension between the characters or something, and at some point someone's leg gets eaten. So maybe the vision I have of it in my head of like this insanity of whatever happens in that series, maybe that's more entertaining than like actually reading it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should read it at some point, but not right now. But yeah, I know that there's some lag eating and stuff. Illegal slave meat market. Oh my god. And there's like some. This is like my understanding of it, mind you. My understanding that goes beyond the seeing like tasteful artwork on the internet. I know that there's like some. Like a lot of sexual tension between the main character and a bunch of other characters of like both genders, and it's like, oh my god, of both sexes, I guess I should say. Don't want to get canceled. And it's like, what audience is this intended for exactly? Because I don't know. It's like, I'm dead. I game over it again. It's like, I don't exactly look at that and think, oh, this is for kids, right? But is it for like adults, or is it for like teenagers? You know, it's intended for Hades furries. Didn't Hades 2 come out recently? Oh yeah, there's also been that, right? I talked briefly about the you know, age verification and internet censorship and the stuff that's been happening, but that's also a thing, isn't it? Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silk Song basically being like the saviors of the video game industry, or if not the saviors, like the good guys out of everyone else that is currently very bad, from what I understand. I've been like kind of sorry, there's something in my mouth. I think it was like a cat fur. I've been like kind of following the Switch 2 situation, the drop in sales, Nintendo. Ooh, that's not good. Nintendo refusing to give developers like development kits for the Switch 2 and telling them to develop for the Switch 1 instead. You know, the state of like the prices. And yeah, it's not looking good. I saw that that direct that there was recently, the Virtual Boy one, and I'm still like pissed that they had the perfect console to bring back Virtual Boy with on the 3DS, and then they were like, no, you know what? What if we put it on the Switch as like we pretend that we actually care about preserving these games? We don't. But we can pretend that we do to maybe get some positive like PR. And then we sell like a piece of plastic that you put on your eyes that holds your Switch for $100. And then, you know, we profit from that. From games that we could have released on the Nintendo 3DS. But that would not have been ideal for us back then, because you know, that wouldn't have given us $100 for making plastic. So that was great. that direct was disappointing, to say the least, mostly because most of the announcements were for Switch 2, which I don't have one. But also like the Switch 1 stuff, I'm dying a lot on this stage. The Switch 1 stuff was also not that interesting. And yeah, I was excited when they said there would be another Kirby Air Riders Direct, though. I enjoyed that one thoroughly. So I'm looking forward to more of that. That seems fun. And Saudi Arabia bought EA for some reason. I saw that, and I honestly don't know what to think. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, that could change the industry. That's like a glimmer of hope or something. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not that optimistic. But I mean, there's gotta be something to that, right? Like, some type of change will take place, I'm sure. I don't know if that's gonna be for better or for worse, but that was like an event that I was not expecting. That's gonna be fun to observe whatever comes out of that, I think. Not that I typically buy a lot of EA games, but you know, I could come around, I guess. It's because they make like a lot of sports games a lot of the time that I'm not that interested in, or they make like RPGs that I'm not that interested in. But you know, that's gonna be interesting to watch whatever that happens from that, like whether from the sidelines or like if you're someone that is directly like I don't know, you're a big EA fan or you play a lot of their franchises or something. It's a private company now. They'll have to profit from sales more than pleasing shareholders. Now, is it private now? Is that true? That's wild if it is true. I mean, was it EA that made Dead Space? I don't remember, but wasn't the last Dead Space like very bad? Maybe they could be good again. I don't know, EA, BioWare, you know, Ubisoft, they kind of blend together in my head. I'm not gonna pretend that I know all of these companies. I know Nintendo, which have been displeasing me. I know, you know, Sega, then they do stuff sometimes. They've been on a roll recently, which is good to see. That's very nice to see. You know, Sony does the stuff sometimes, occasionally, and then they put like PlayStation. Oh, come on. I don't know why that thing kills you in fucking one hit. I'm not gonna do that second stage again. I'm just gonna go in like the boss rush or in the time trial. Yeah, Sony releases like games exclusive for their PlayStation consoles, and then those games appear on Steam a few years later, and I'm like, I thought this was exclusive. So I don't really know much about what's going on there, but I don't think you need me to be the one to say this. And I'm definitely not gonna jump on the bandwagon of like, the video game industry is like falling apart. But at the same time, I don't think that it's like purely a bandwagon that is just like interested on like capitalizing on the trend and making a few videos on that to get clicks and stuff. I do actually think that there's been some very unfortunate decisions in the gaming industry as a whole as of late. But I mean, what do you want me to say about it? That I'm disappointed in it? Like, that doesn't change the world. But I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. There's, you know, there's always some nice indies to play. There's always your Silk Songs. There's always your Hades Juice. Life finds a way, you know. I hope. But it's been looking dire in some ways. I can definitely understand the sentiment, but I don't think it's the end of the world or anything. I hate that fucking hand. I spy a cutie, hello. But yeah, EA being bought by Saudi Arabia is not something I was expecting. Like at all. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if a video game company that has a lot of money bought a country instead. That's not really what happened. So that's something I'm gonna be interested to seeing the ramifications of. Hopefully it's good things for the consumers and for the developers. But we'll just have to wait and see whatever comes out of that. If anything, I don't know. It could be that nothing changes. I don't know. But that was interesting. It's been an interesting year for games in a kind of negative way, but At the very least, I've been improving my Steam library more and more. Something I did kind of want to talk about, because I thought it was funny. So many people were talking about it. Legend ZA got the DLC announced right before the game even came out, which... that's great. By which I mean very unfortunate, because I'm not unfamiliar with the concept of like day one DLC or DLC that is announced before the game even comes out. But to see like Nintendo doing it is kind of hurtful. it kind of hurts me in many ways, but you know, I like the Mega Raichu X and Y designs well enough. I thought they were cute, admittedly. I don't think they're like the most amazingly designed Mega Evolutions in existence or anything, but I thought they were cute. But I saw a bunch of people talking about like, oh, you have to buy the DLC if you want to access Mega Raichu X and Y. You have to participate in the online battles if you want to get... you have to participate in like online ranked battles if you wanted to get the what is it called, like the Greninja and the Delphox and the Chestnut Mega Stones, which by the way, Chestnut Mega is fucking peak. I always liked him. I'll be the first one to say that I pick the Chespin as my starter in X and Y. I really like the way it looks. He looks so fluffy. He looks so cute and huggable. But, you know, all of that kind of stuff, because you have to, like, participate in the online ranked battle. I don't know if you have to, like, get a certain ranking on the online rank that you get the Megastones, or if it's, like, just a participation prize. I really hope it's the former. But I saw a bunch of people complaining about that, and... there were like a bunch of people talking about how Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are like paywalling your Pokemon and their evolutions now and the stuff. And that you have to give money to evolve a Pokemon or something. And I don't disagree with what they are saying. Like, as a concept. Like, yeah, that's scummy, that's unfortunate, it should not be like that. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I disagree. What I am saying, though, is... have you ever played a Pokemon game? Because this is not the first time they do that. This is not the first time, or the second time, or like the billionth time that they try to lock Pokemon or their evolutions behind a paywall of some sort. Not even close to being the first time. I think for a very long time now, the Pokemon Company has been very well aware, and Nintendo has been very well aware of the fact that they can monetize Pokemon as like, not as a concept, not as a franchise, as like the creature. The fact that the creature exists, I'm positive that they've been very well aware of the fact that they can monetize those for a very long time now, and it's not the first time this has happened, like, at all. I don't know if it's because a lot of people have been in the Pokemon discussion recently, because, you know, the Power World lawsuit and Nintendo willing to, like, throw everyone under the bus for the sake of winning that lawsuit, which I still really hope they don't, and I still don't think they will. But, fuck. Yeah, there's been a lot of people talking about that. Of like, oh, they're paywalling the evolutions. Like, bro, that's been happening since, like, Gen 2, I want to say. I don't know about Gen 1, because I don't know how Mew was obtained in Japan. I know that, I think, at least in the West, you could actually not get Mew in Gen 1. I don't think there was an event distribution for Mew. There could have been. I could be wrong. But I know that in Japan there was a Mew distribution. I don't know how it worked. I hate them so much. I don't know how it worked. I don't know if you had to pay money for it or anything. But ever since Gen 2, you have things like... Oh, you know, get Pokemon Stadium 2 on the Nintendo 64 and get, like, the transfer packs. And you can get, like, this exclusive Pokemon, or even in Gen 1, because you could get, like, the Surfing Pikachu, right? Where it's like, oh, you can get a Pikachu that's no Surf, and then it's like, okay, that's cool, but it's just a Pokemon with a moveset. You know, you could... Was I in Stage 2 before? I don't remember. You could make the argument that it's just like, oh, it's an exclusive move, it doesn't actually impact the game all that much, and I kinda get it. But that's not a true argument, because it does impact the game, because in Pokemon Yellow, there's a Surfing Pikachu minigame. And if you're like me and you played like the Virtual Console version of Pokemon Yellow, you're probably not aware of this, or you might not be, but you could not play that minigame unless you had a Pikachu with Surf in the original Pokemon Yellow. They changed that in the Virtual Console to just let you play the damn minigame. But in the original, you needed you needed the Pikachu with Surf from Pokemon Stadium. And yeah, you don't have this thing that requires you to, you know, have a separate game, a separate console, some accessories like you know, the transfer pack and the stuff. Well, you don't get to play the Surfing Pikachu minigame, and it's just kind of been like that for forever. Whether we're talking about like Pokemon that were distributed from watching movies that you could get like the codes, or Pokemon that were like only available for a limited period of time on distributions like Arceus on Gen 4 originally. Or we're just talking about like, oh look, you get a Galarian Slowpoke on Pokemon Sword and Shield, but you can't evolve him because the items that you need to evolve him are only available in the DLC and that kind of stuff. Like, they've been doing that for a long time. It's nothing new. I'm not defending them, I'm just surprised that people are only now realizing that they've been doing that for a long time. So that's been fun to see, like, the freak out around that. Want Espeon or Umbreon on Fire Red? Get on Ruby or Sapphire. Yeah, exactly that. Completing the decks in Gen 3 was like an absolute nightmare, because you needed... like, assuming, right? Let's assume that you had a friend that just so happened to have the other versions of the game that you didn't. You would still need, like, Ruby, assuming your friend had Emerald. Fire Red, assuming your friend had Leaf Green. Emerald. Did I say assuming your friend had Emerald? I meant assuming your friend had Sapphire. You would need Ruby, you would need Fire Red, you would need Emerald. You would need Colosseum, you would need XD Gale of Darkness. You would need the special edition of Pokemon Channel on the GameCube that comes with a code that lets you get a Jirachi. It comes with, it doesn't come with a code, it comes with like a disc. That lets you transfer the Jirachi, right? You would need... I think Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire had some event distributions in it. I don't know if they were, like, exclusive to that game, but you needed that as well. I call it a game, it's just storage. It was a pain, and then you had to transfer those Pokemon to Pal Park in Gen 4. And it was like... Wasn't it like 6 at a time or something? Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was like 6 at a time that you could transfer. Not fun. I don't recommend you do that. What I do personally is... you know, if I have like, let's say Pokemon Ruby, and this is just how I enjoy them, like, obviously this is not something you can do if you're playing the games 100% legitimately. But if I have like Pokemon Ruby and I don't have a Sapphire, I just get the Pokemon from Sapphire into Ruby. Like, I just put them in the game, you know, because like it's not really my fault that I can't catch them. And then I just kind of do that. Like, I'm not gonna play the same game 17 times just to complete the decks. For fun, I will play, you know, Gen 3 as many times as I want, but when it's to do a chore like that, I kind of don't want to, you know? So yeah, they've been around the monetization, if you want to put it like that, the paywalling of Pokemon for a long time now. It's not new. It's not a new thing. It's not something that Greed Nintendo and the Switch Chew are doing. That is new. I understand if these people don't really play Pokemon. I'm not telling them that they should. But no, it's been bad for a long time now. It's not something from like current generation of gaming. I played ROM hacks that change nothing but added the unavailable Pokemon in the normal game, not dealing with that shit. I kind of agree with that mindset. In that sense, I actually think that the games that don't have the modern games, since they don't have like the full Pokédex, are actually alright. Because they don't have the full Pokédex, but for the most part, with very few exceptions, every Pokemon is available in that game. So if like the game has like a Pokédex of 400, you might still need to trade a few like version exclusives. But you're not gonna have to like transfer the fucking your I almost said, yeah, sure. You're not gonna have to like transfer your Seviper from Gen 3 all the way to Gen 6 because there's a dex entry for it, but it's not in the game. Like, if there's a dex entry for Seviper, that means that Seviper is in the game, which is good. I still think it's unfortunate that you can't use all of them, but honestly, out of a lot of things that I could complain about modern Pokemon games, and there is a lot, and I won't get into them, I honestly think that them having separated the Pokédex into, like, Pokemon that appear in one game or another, but not in all of them, is not the worst thing in the world. That is, like, the least of my complaints. I enjoy that you actually get... Dang nabbit. I enjoy that you actually get Pokemon that make sense for them to exist in that region, in some ways. So yeah, there's that. Did I... Where am I? Oh my god! Okay. Don't pay attention to what you're doing, just talk to people and... You know, just yell into a microphone and then don't pay attention. Did you guys miss my ramblings? I feel like I kind of missed my ramblings. On the one hand, I still get very self-conscious because I'm like, do people want to listen to me complain? But at the same time, it's like, I miss complaining about the most pointless bullshit. I really did miss the streaming a lot. That platform is a dick. But yeah. The one thing I really liked, though... One thing I really liked, I guess I could say, was Nintendo announcing... What is it called? I'm not even sure what it's called. Poketopia? Was Nintendo announcing Dragon Quest Builders Pokemon Crossing Craft with Ditto. And then, like, a few days later, Pal World announcing Pal Farm. For multiple reasons. One, Power Move on Pal World's part, on Pocket Pair's part. I think that's what they're called. Obviously, I don't think that they announced the Pal Farm on purpose immediately after that. I'm pretty sure the game had been in development for a long time. You don't just see your competitor announcing something and then whip up a game like that, or even a trailer like that in like 3 days. But still, power move on their part. And I also like it because, like, in my head, I wanted to see if Nintendo is gonna try to copyright the farming sim genre as a whole, you know? I'm going back to the boss time trial for that. I'm not gonna play through that stage 2 again. In my head, I really wanted to see if Nintendo would in fact be like, what do you even call it, like power hungry enough to try to copyright the farming mechanics in a game, and then they're like, actually, we've been doing like planting and harvesting since Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, where you could plant and harvest berries. This is very clearly trying to copy a video game idea that we pioneered. We invented planting. Like, I wanted to see if they will do that, just because I think I would laugh so hard. I think everyone would. I think at that point, probably even the US Patent Office would be laughing. So that would be fun to see if they do that. That's like the point where they just completely lost the plot. But also just in general, it looks cute. The POW farm. It looks cute. I never played POW World. I have it on my wish list for a very long time, but I never actually bought it. It's just there. I will buy it at some point. But I wouldn't mind playing POW Farm. It looks like a game you could sink a lot of hours into. The problem with it is that I already play quite a few games like that. So it's always kind of daunting for me to, you know, pick up one of those and be like, I'm gonna play this now, because I know it's probably gonna consume me in a not nice way, where I'm gonna be having fun, but I'm gonna be way too focused on it. I got that Australia game recently. What is it called? It's kind of like Australian Animal Crossing without the animals, and with a bit more of an emphasis on survival. I think it's called Dinkum. And that alone already took up quite a bit of my time. So it's kind of scary to look at games like that and be like, oh, this is something I want to play. As far as like Poketopia, I will give them credit where I think they deserve it, even if it's for the bare minimum. When I saw the Kanto Pokedex in the trailer, I thought it was gonna be another one of those Gen 1 Pokemon only games. It is not. There's more than just Gen 1 Pokemon in it, so good on you for putting more than just Gen 1 Pokemon in your Pokemon game. But I don't know if like it's gonna be good or what. I'm not that interested. Cause like I like Dragon Quest. I played the Dragon Quest builders. Why would I not just play Dragon Quest builders? You know? Plus, I just have like a really bad taste in my mouth from like Nintendo recently, so kind of hard to ignore that and to just jump into a new game, even if it's something I think I might enjoy, and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, put that bad taste aside. It's difficult to do that. I'm not like my moral compass is not that strong. It just doesn't feel that good. I'm not saying like, you know, if Nintendo released fucking fuck Nintendo released fucking fuck. I'm not saying, you know, if Nintendo released like Bowser BDSM simulator or something. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy that, but if it's not something that I think I'm going to like, it's going to be like a gameplay experience of a lifetime, I'm not really very fond of anything that they try to sell me. Who knows? Have you heard of this mechanic from the dawn of civilization called planting? We invented it. They wouldn't say that and then make a patent on it. And yeah, the president of Nintendo of America is like retiring. I don't know what's going on there. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if maybe he just wants nothing to do with it. Maybe he just genuinely wants to retire and stop working. Like, I don't know what's the deal with that. It's just kind of weird because, you know, Reggie was around for over a decade, I'm pretty sure. You know, most of Nintendo's best presidents were around for like a very long time, and then Doug Bowser just hangs out for like a few years and then just leaves. So that's something that took place. I am not above switching to cream if this takes too long. I did miss it. I like your rambles. You have a soothing voice. Oh, that's very nice. I don't think I've ever been told my voice was soothing before. Maybe I have, but that's actually very... that's actually very, very nice to hear. Why am I acting like this? Thank you. That was nice. I do enjoy rambling. But I want to hear about you guys as well. Like, you know, you waited very patiently for me. Which I am thankful for and embarrassed by. Thank you. Like, seriously. But what have you been up to, you know? Like, anything really fun that happened recently? Maybe you got to switch to... I'm not gonna be angry at you or anything, you know? There you go. That was not that bad. You just have to, like, keep jumping on him. That was not that bad, says the person that was in the boss fight for, like, 20 minutes. That was not that bad. It was easy. It was easy. What are you talking about? It was easy. I don't even know what you're talking about. 32 seconds? 36 seconds? However many that was. That was easy. Well, let's go with Knuckles a bit. I like Amy, but I also like Tails, but I also like Knuckles, but Cream is also cute. Sonic just kind of exists, honestly. I think Tails is very cute. I think Knuckles is... You know? I think Amy is just a vibe, and I think Cream has the Stundle power. I don't watch JoJo, but that's what it's called, right? With cheese. Really, I like cheese. I don't really much care about Cream herself. What I like is her pet. And you know, Sonic just kind of exists. He's cool, I guess. I don't have anything against him, but compared to the other characters, he's just not as interesting. Unfortunately, getting a Switch shoe is as bad as killing someone. If you consider that price could have gone to, like, paying for someone's McDonald's order or something, like multiple people's McDonald's order, and helping stop world hunger, then I guess. But no, seriously, I don't like loathe the people who enjoy the Switch shoe or anything. I think that's a bit exaggerated. I'm not gonna get one for a while, but I think it's inevitable that at some point I will. I already talked about that, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm never gonna buy a Switch shoe. And then when I eventually do, just pretend I didn't say anything. That's probably gonna happen someday, but you know, it's not the people that I'm upset at. It's Nintendo. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, sorry. It's so dusty in here. It's not that much, actually. We had a nice winter. I guess that's something. Now we're like at the beginning of spring. It's rainy. Things are getting more green. All of my trees that died in the winter, or I thought they died. Because, like, trees around here don't lose their leaves during winter. The temperatures just don't get that low. But a lot of my trees got, like, very yellow, then stopped growing leaves, and just had a bunch of leaves fall from them. So I was like, they're dead, because we had a lot of frost. We had, like, a lot of very cold weeks with a lot of frost every night. So I was like, okay, these trees are not used to frost. They're probably dead. But no, they're doing just fine. Their leaves are coming back and they're very green again. So that was something I haven't experienced. You know, not that I mean to, you know, defend climate change, but I've never seen that kind of stuff happen to trees during winter before. So that was a fun experience. Thank you, climate change. Then my trees are growing again. I'm excited about that. We would think you like a cheese, Lo. I'm not void in that regard. I like small and cute things. I'm talking about the small and cute cheese, but I mean, at the same time, like, you know, I'm not angry at these assumptions or anything. I think that they're quite interesting, and I encourage people to make headcanons about my character. Because I genuinely think it's kind of fun to read about that kind of stuff. Maybe once I actually start posting more art, people are gonna have like more excuses to like indulge in certain types of you know, thoughts in relation to my character or something. I don't know. I would like to draw more. I don't think I can be like an artist to the level of Void, but I don't really mind that. It's not really what I want. I just want to draw things that I enjoy and enjoy them, and if it's something that I can do beyond just it being for fun, I'm not complaining either, you know? It's been nice. Art is helpful when, you know, you're not feeling too good. It makes me frustrated, but somehow it's helpful. I don't know. It just feels like such a magical thing in my head when I'm thinking about it, and then when I'm actually doing it, it's just pain. I'll emulate everything because I hate having multiple things. I don't mind collecting. I don't have a big collection or anything, but I would like to keep going. But at the same time, I don't have a problem with emulating things, especially when it comes to just like the convenience of having everything in one place. Yeah, I can get behind that. When it comes to like my computer and my laptop and like my deck, I have like this little, it's not really like a cloud storage, it's more like a local storage that makes use of like my network. And I just kind of sync everything up because there are in fact some games that I have on multiple devices, and when I'm playing on one of them and then I go to the other, I don't want it to like have to redo something I did in a game. Which, I mean, as far as the Steam is concerned, you know, everything has like the cloud saves, so you don't have to worry about that. But there's like the emulation matter. Speaking of that kind of stuff, my 3DS, my 3DS's battery is like swelling, and I need to get a new one. like as soon as possible. Because I have a lot of stuff on my 3DS. It's my favorite console. You would think that I would. I really need to get a new battery. But they're so annoying to find around here for some reason. Like, it's not that they don't exist. It's just difficult to find the ones that are like local shipping, that are not coming from like the other side of the planet, and you know, I'm gonna have to pay taxes for that and stuff. How do I do this boss fight again? Hello. Hello, egg. Egg? Ah. That's actually something I learned about recently when I'm reading like digital books. My phone, it's not my phone. I mean, it is my phone, but it's not like a feature of my phone. I learned that the Samsung like Notes app can open like most file types, and it actually syncs my phone with my tablet, so it's been very nice for reading, because I don't want to carry my tablet everywhere. I mostly use it for reading and the drawing. But, you know, it's like, oh, but I want to keep reading this one thing, and then I just learned that I can just open my phone and it's gonna be there. I think I died. Are we back? Are we back? Let me lower my bit rate for a moment. Are we back? Okay, I think we're back. Hello. I don't know what happened. I lowered the bit rate. Maybe that helps. But yeah, as I was saying, it was really exciting to learn that, you know, I don't have my tablet with me, but I can keep reading because it's synced on my phone. You would think that I would be aware that it has a feature like that. I guess it's kind of a basic feature for things nowadays, but I was not aware. So it was surprising to me, and I was happy. Okay, well, my connection is like fucking dying for some reason. I'm gonna have to have a very serious conversation with the internet provider if this keeps happening again. Do you guys remember that one time with Mario Maker? I do. You don't forget the trauma that is. This boss sucks. Oh, I have to press up and down. Oh, okay. That makes it a bit easier, I think. I don't know why it did not occur to me to press the most obvious buttons. Despite the problems, it's good to see that it don't let it affect you so much anymore. I mean, I might be a bit more upset where there's not like an update stream and stuff, but At the same time, I don't have the energy to be upset right now. But yeah, I don't want it to be like a this serious thing. Like nobody's gonna die. It's just annoying, and I don't like annoyances. But yeah, it's been a while since I streamed as well, and my settings might be a bit messed up. So we'll chalk this one up to you know, authentic tech difficulties for bad configuration or something like that. Why does the feet hurt? Okay, well, we're almost at the end of the game, kind of. I showed all the stages and most of the bosses. I did not show a single special stage because getting to them in this game is hell. You need to get all of the special rings on the stages, and I do not have their location memorized. I don't know who you think I am. But I don't have that stuff memorized. I memorize other things. Like the special springs in Sonic Advance 1. Ah. I kinda got it. You're supposed to use the gravity switching to your advantage to hit him repeatedly, but it's still hard. I mean, I don't know why I'm doing it like this. I'm supposed to go up. I have the impression that Knuckles is not recommended for this phase, perhaps. He is fine. You technically have to fight every boss with every character. Obviously, if you want the easy way out, you just go Cream, which I'm gonna do later. You'll see. For like the final boss, I'm just gonna use Cream and get it over with. It's kind of interesting to stream at a time like this. Typically, I don't stream at these hours. You probably know that. It's alright. Typically, I'm making dinner at this time, but I made it earlier today because I was gonna stream. It's fine, but it's not my idea. Not my ideal. I feel like especially at this hour, there's more people using the band, and I don't want to have even more problems than usual. Don't jump on the feet just to flip. I'm trying. It's surprisingly difficult to just hit his middle. The gravity is whack. I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's up there. There, 2 hits. Okay, he's in frenzy now. That means I'm doing okay. I think it's 8 hits. I like this background. I know it's not supposed to be like a subway station, but it sure does kind of look like one. Which I kind of like. Oh yeah, I think they announced like a sequel or something of that sort to Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which I definitely want to play that. Bomb Rush has become like my stream game for my longer term stream project that it should not be long term, but for some reason it has become that. It would be fun if when I finish that there was another longer term thing I can jump into. It's like I haven't dropped that game or anything. I just don't like, for some reason it just became this thing where I'm just gonna finish it someday when I feel like it. And I'm okay with that, you know? It's just gonna be like that. Typically I try to be a bit more how do you call it? Typically I try to be a bit more consistent when I start playing something, like I want to finish it. But with that one, we'll see. I definitely will. I definitely like that game a lot. It's just it just kind of turned into that thing that I just kind of come back at you every now and then, and I kind of like it like that, so I'm gonna keep it like that. You have like a fun boss rush before the final boss. It's not that bad because the bosses just take 4 hits instead of 8, but it's, I guess, a little annoying. This game is already like very short, so I guess I can kind of see why they did it, but there's definitely times when I'm playing this game casually where I'm just like, I don't want to do the boss rush. So I just beat that last boss I just fought, and I'm like, that's it, the game, I beat the game, that counts, right? Yeah. This game is so hard with cream and the cheese. They knew what they were calling this thing. They named it the cheese specifically for that. It's not because everyone in Cream's family is named after some type of food stuff. No. Should I do the special stage? Or the final stage? I guess I can just show you how it is. I don't think I'm gonna beat it, because it takes a bit of practice. This is how I play like every RPG actually, or just any game that has like you know, the stay in a distance and like spam attacks or spells or something. This is just me. This is just me playing video games right here. It's just me behind everyone, either sending out like a bullet or a summon or just whatever I can use it to attack from like far away. Yeah, there you go. That was not too bad. To be honest, I'm not really sure what the story of this game is. It's like, I know in the first Sonic Advance, it's, you know, just the usual Eggman putting animals in robots kind of thing. I know in Sonic Advance 3, he does build his Eggman land, and you have to destroy it. I don't really get the story on this one that much. Like, I'm assuming it's something similar to that, because it always pretty much was, but I don't know why we're in space. I don't know why Eggman had, like, another death egg, or whatever the last stage was, the last zone. I don't know who this big robot is supposed to be. And I also don't know why he kidnaps, like, Sonic's friends and Cream's mom. Or what he plans to do with any of them. Yeah, I guess he just built another death egg. The story is just... Oh no, Eggman is at it again, and he's more spontaneous than ever. Hi, Ma. Thank you. I did it all by myself. Yeah, cutscenes that we didn't get to see. Are you guys talking to me? I can't, my thing is not loading properly. Never thought Eggman was the MILF time. I mean, yeah, I'll show you. Look at this. Like, why? This is the lead up to the true ending of the game, by the way. Why this? Why did he do that? You can only do this as Sonic. Look at that. Like, oops, I guess I need this rabbit woman from this rabbit kid. Like, what are you gonna do with her? It's not even like some lore thing. Like, I don't think Vanilla is like very powerful or something, or very rich or anything like that. And then, you know, the usual, your Sonic goes Super Saiyan, and he's like, don't worry, I'll rescue my new mom from Eggman. I don't like this fight. It takes a long time. You have to, like, hit those missiles back at, like, the nose of Eggman. It's not even about having to dodge, it's... I can barely tell where the missiles come from half of the time. Like, where are they? Are there missiles? Am I supposed to be seeing missiles? Ah! But yeah, you get the idea. That's enough for today, guys. I have to go eat. I have to prepare for tomorrow. I have to go eat a tasty, tasty dinner, because I don't know that I'm gonna be able to eat very tasty, tasty things for a while. I mean, I probably will. I'm gonna make some nice soup for me, but yeah. Thank you, though, for just having the patience to wait for me to come back. Eat a boy. I should. That's very nutritious. I should. It's very crunchy, you know, with all those boulders. I want to draw a Void. I feel like his character is so complicated, but I want to draw it in a way that it still looks like something I drew, but it looks good too. But yeah. Thank you for waiting for my return. Thank you for hanging out in the Discord. Just making me company and being here today. And just in general, for watching the stream. Thank you. For hearing me ramble about Nintendo and whatever else I rambled about. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I don't know when that'll be, but I hope it will be soon, and I hope I will be doing really good. Yeah. I'll get on that. What is it called? I'll get on the converting that .hack video, putting it on the archive channel. You can join the Discord if you want. You can follow me on Twitter if you want. I don't talk much there, but if you want to, you can, I guess. Hopefully there will be some art out there soon, and hopefully there will be some art on like the Discord and stuff too. I'll do my best to pick something that I am not horribly ashamed of. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Sorry for taking so long. And I hope that you have a good day / night and week and month and life in general. And thank you for watching. How do I end the streams again? Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye bye. Shut up, Sonic. Bye bye. Wait, no, I don't end it immediately. Hold on. I don't have practice on it. Bye bye.